Hey there YouTube, Doc here. I'm going to do a real quick tutorial on how to make homemade paper micarta. Got this idea from Crash Blade Knives. Does a great tutorial on it. I'll put a link in the bottom. Real quick, things that you're going to need. You're going to need 2 pair of gloves. It works a lot better that way in case one rips, you don't make a mess on your hands. Foam brush. Different construction paper. I cut everything up, so I've got lots of choices. Gonna need your fiberglass resin, container to put your hardener in. Now it tells you to put 10 drops for 1 ounce. I cut that in half to give me a little bit longer working time. Wax paper, of course, like I said, the gloves. I'm going to have to do this in real time, but I'll speed it up so it doesn't take forever. Also, I made a press based on his idea. I did something a little different. I coated the inside with just your standard non-stick spray to see if maybe that'll keep it a little cleaner, a little longer. But here you go, guys. I'll also get the camera sit down and we'll go through this. Okay guys, I'm back. One thing I forgot to mention a while ago was you're going to need some clamps, one kind or another. Hopefully it makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to do just a multicolor. I'm going to do some yellows, some greens, some purples, throw in a couple of splashes of white to see if they show up or not. Some pinks. Best thing to do is to lay out the way you want to do it in reverse order, so that once you do this. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the instructions on the stuff say 10 drops per ounce that you use. I personally am going to use half as much hardener, because all it does is it tells you that you've got 10 to 12 minutes to work with this stuff. And I know this is probably going to take a little bit longer, so I'm going to do this and got my work area. Let's see if this all works out. Okay, good. Mix this in. Give it a real good mix. My first time doing this, so this is going to be either a win or a fail. We'll just have to find out. Throwing down a little bit here to start getting the first piece a little wet. You have to work fairly quick, because once this stuff sets up, and it's set up and it gets real sticky. But you want to make sure that you soak your pieces completely. Now, one thing you will find out is that when you put this on, your paper's going to get a little darker than what it was. I've got 50 pieces of construction paper, standard school construction paper, that I've cut to approximately 3 inches, because the construction paper comes in 9 inches wide, so it gave me pieces approximately 3 inches each. They're not perfect, but and of course the wind shows up to make it that much more challenging for me. These pieces are 12 inches long, or 11 3/4. The jig that I made up is actually 18 inches in case that later on down the road when I try to make some of this stuff out of cloth, that I'll be able to have a little bit longer pieces if I need to. And we'll see how this is going. I'm not going to bore you with the slow stuff here. I'll speed it up at this point. Fail. Put too much in there. Let's see if I can do this again real quick. Okay. I hope I haven't messed this up too bad. Take a set of gloves off. Let it set for 24 hours and we'll come back and see how good or bad it is. Okay, well, I pulled my Micarta out of the press today, and the cooking spray made it come out real easy, but the wax paper that I used didn't. And I went in the back and I cut the edges off where the excess resin came out, and had to sand the wax paper off. I guess that's what I get for only having cheap wax paper. It ended up 2.5 inches wide, 11.5 inches long, and a 1/2 inch thick. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. 50 sheets of paper. And I was wondering if the white was going to show up or not. So I took and I put it on the 1x30 and did some grinds just to see. And I over exaggerated it quite a bit just so I could see the look. Went and then I threw it on the buffer just to give it a quick see if it shine or not, and it does. It's quite nice. Once again, I got this idea from Crash Blade Knives, and I just added a little bit of my own twist to it. So next time I do this, I'll try some with actual cloth and post it. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped.